Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Caroline McGrath and this channel is all about self-development, healing, light and love. Today's topic is about anxiety. I have been really wanting to do this topic. I know I've been called to talk about this. I have so much friends and family and supporters now who are reaching out to me about anxiety. I want to start by saying that most of you are messaging me saying I want to be more like you and that you're in such a great state of mind. Yes, I am 100% more than I ever was, but I'm still real, I still have problems and I still come across challenges. When I come across stress and anxiety then creeps in, I used to deal with things a lot different. I would have been that person who forgot every single date in history. I didn't know if I was coming or going. My keys, my car, my phone, everything that I owned was forgot because my mind was too focused on the future. So I wasn't living in the moment, as I always say. Bringing yourself to the moment, very, very important. But my body was in a constant run of energy. It wasn't here. When this happened to me, I would have been what they call disconnected. I then had to go for CBT. This is cognitive behavioral therapy, big word for me. And this helped a lot. This was 6 weeks training. I went to my doctor. I told my doctor, this was straight after I had Mila, my first daughter, so 5 years ago now. And I told him that my life was a mess. My life was completely out of control. I couldn't remember my keys, my phone. I know that doesn't sound like a lot. I was leaving straighteners on. I was near burning my house down. I was crashing my car twice a week. I was out of control. I wasn't able to concentrate. I was completely and utterly not living in the moment. My anxiety, stress and disconnection was making me lose a lot. If I didn't have a really nice boss who is my foster dad, but if I didn't have him, I'm sure I would have lost my job. I almost killed people crashing my car. That is so serious. That's how crazy my mind was racing. I was so focused when I was driving. I was so not focused when I was driving. I could have caused serious harm to others. My relationship, my partner was at his wit's end. I nearly burnt our house down 1,000,000 times by leaving irons, straighteners. So it might sound silly just by saying I was being forgetful. I was forgetting important dates. I was turning up to the doctors on the wrong day when I was meant to be on a certain day. And this to me was just too much and I needed help. So I reached out. I told the doctor, please help me, something is not right. And he sent me for the CBT. I would really recommend it to anybody who is going through anything similar. I did 6 weeks. At the beginning, you get almost like 100 questions or tasks, and the counselor or psychotherapist, whatever her name is, she marks you out of a number. So when I began, I was on 87. That is so high. When I finished after 6 weeks, I was down to some low number like 6 or 8. That was a great achievement. I felt so good. I felt like I had achieved a lot and it was totally worthwhile. She said it was due to my mindset too, because I was very positive. Back then I was reading the books like The Secret and The Power and all of those sequels of The Secret. Also, if you've never read them, please do. So it really helped me being positive get over that faster. And I know now I could never be into that mindset again because of what I do to myself daily. I understand my triggers. I am fully aware that when a challenge arises, when an obstacle is in my way, that I can't give it energy, that I let the feelings come. I don't react, I just respond. And this takes time. So again, there's another little insight into me and my anxiety. So today I want to say that people who are living with anxiety are living a very traumatic life. They are having a hard time and they need people to be kind. If you have anxiety, I have a top tip that helped me focus when I was about to lose it, when I was spiraling out of control. This tip is called the elastic band tip. So I put an elastic band. Do I have one? I was looking on my dresser, no. So I haven't had to do this in a long time, thankfully, but this is what I done when I was back there. I had an elastic band. I snapped it. When I knew I was about to lose it, I snapped it. That feeling is sore. So it brings you back to earth. It brings you back to the present moment. It brings your senses. It shocks your whole body. And it's such a simple process. So if you have anxiety, put an elastic band on and use that trick. I know it worked for me, so I'm sure it'll work for you. I have been studying a mindfulness diploma, which I'm so excited to share everything about. And I have learned 4 useful tips that can help with anxiety. The first tip is about taking control. Control over your thoughts. You may have had traumatic things happen to you, so you may have had traumatic things happen to you, but that doesn't mean that thing was out of your control, okay? Those circumstances, the majority of the time, the traumatic experience you went through is out of your control. But the good thing is you have control over your thinking. No one else has the power to take that away from you. So know that you have control. You want to be controlling of that moment that you're in. You want to ride a wave. So focusing on the moment you're in. So you know your trigger. If you don't find your triggers, you know you're at the bottom of a wave. Imagine this wave. The wave is going to come up, but it's also going to come back down. So you're at the bottom of this wave. You're conscious of your trigger, who has now or has, whatever triggers you. You are about to, you can feel that movement, that energy in you. Your stomach is churning. Your heart is racing. Be conscious of what way your body reacts to that trigger. Just doing this is awareness of yourself. You're on that wave. You're about to rise up to that top. It's about to peak before you go into full panic attack. Don't let it, just feel it, and it's going to come back down. The main thing is to take control of not reacting. Respond. Know that you have the control inside of you. And being conscious of the feelings that's going on inside you when that peak is about to hit. This is a huge step in the right direction. Being conscious and aware and riding that peak, knowing you're coming up but you are coming back down again. So you want to take control, and you know now you have the control. Sometimes this isn't enough. Sometimes you might need to do more than one practice, especially if you're very deep into your anxiety right now. You want to control your breath. Your breathing is so powerful. Your breath, when you stop breathing, your mind can't focus on anything else. If you hold your breath for 4 seconds, so and breathe out for 8, very slow. Even slower than that. Your breath, even if you want to hold your breath for 10 seconds, your mind can't think of anything else, only survival of, oh, I can't breathe. So your breath is very important. Sometimes this isn't even enough. So what can we do next? This is a technique I've learned called mindfulness walking. Mindfulness meditation walking. You need to not go very far, stand up and walk yourself in a circle. Not that far, just a circle. If you want to do 10 miles, do the 10 miles, but just you do not have to do much. Walk in a circle, but be consciously aware of your walking actions, movements and feelings. Lift your feet like you're moonwalking. Be conscious of your feet up, your feet lifting up. Be conscious of your feet lifting down, touching earth, ground, wherever you are. And that again is your mind slowing down and being conscious in the moment and understanding your body. Again, this might not work. So it's about finding what works for you. The next thing I can say is about nature. Nature has amazing healing qualities. Studying Reiki, I can't recommend enough. Grounding yourself daily. Even if you're not in a panic attack or suffering with anxiety, grounding yourself is important. I would say the best way to do this is to go outside to nature, even in your back garden if you have grass. Take your socks and your shoes off. Place your feet firmly onto some grass, muck, soil, earth, and just feel your feet connecting. Imagine your feet have a root or a rope, and that rope is tied around your feet. And if you close your eyes and visualize that rope going down right into the core of the earth, into Mother Earth itself, wrapping that rope around the core of the earth, just use your visualization. This again will shift your awareness and bring you back to being present and help with anxiety. Grounding is very important for me. I do this every single day. I do my white light protection and then I do my grounding. Then I do my gratitude and all of that jazz. But maybe you would like to hear me do a video on my daily day. Just a little spark that came through there. But so we know that grounding and nature has healing properties. Being out in the sun, vitamin D, feeling that wind in your face, smelling the trees, the fresh air, your senses, and hearing the birds. So that is also a very, very useful technique. Number 2 is commitment. You want to make a commitment to yourself today. Commit that you are going to be conscious, you're going to want to change, and you're going to help yourself. How do we do this? It's easy saying it, but our paradigms stop us sometimes, and putting things into actions is a lot harder than just saying that you're going to do it. Committing to yourself that you're going to nourish your body. You're going to feed yourself like a plant. You're going to water yourself, not physically, but drink water. You're going to eat foods that make you nourish and shine and grow. Stop with the sluggish, bad takeaways. They're not going to help your mental health. All right, they're enjoyable, and sometimes you've no energy to cook and look after yourself, but we're all about making conscious choices now. You have a commitment to yourself, to self-love, and to be conscious. So nourish your body and make a commitment to understand how you speak to yourself. You want to stop using words like I can't. That is a stupid word. Don't even like saying stupid, but stop saying I can't. Nothing is impossible. That's a cheesy quote, but nothing is impossible. especially when you believe in the laws of the universe. Nothing is impossible. So you've made this commitment to yourself that you're going to start loving yourself. You're going to nourish your body, and you're going to speak to yourself in correct language. You're going to tell yourself how amazing you are. You're going to look in the mirror every morning and tell yourself 3 things you love about you. I love my skin, I love my eyes, I love my teeth. That's simple. Or look at yourself and go within your skin and say, I love my strength, my courage, and my happiness. Really talk to yourself like you love yourself, because when you start to make a commitment on loving yourself, nourishing your body, and using the correct language, this will help raise your vibration, but also help your mindset change. Your environment is very important. If you do not like your environment, you have the chance to walk away. It's difficult, but you have that chance and that option. Maybe not in the pandemic, but invite yourself to be around people who show positive attitudes. If you're always around a negative environment, it's not good for your mental health. Choose to nourish yourself around good people. Choose to nourish yourself by loving yourself, and understand you're not your feelings. You have feelings. You aren't your feelings. And number 3 is about challenge. You need to challenge yourself. You need to strengthen your mind. Challenge yourself to understand that you have a meaning. What is the meaning inside of us? Well, each person is different. And just knowing that you have a meaning and you are here for a purpose is beautiful. But when you challenge yourself in new ways and use your creativity that you have inside. For some people, this might be journaling. For some people, this could be music. For some people, this could be knitting. But challenge yourself to do something new, take on a new task. Use your creative ability to train your mind to focus on that one task. This is not going to work in the middle of a full-blown panic attack, but it's a tip to learn to start to integrate into your life, to ease and maybe heal those anxieties that is taking over your life. Number 4 is reconnecting with yourself. Reconnecting with nature and going outside into nature is very, very powerful and beneficial for your mental health. I've been watching GATV and I learned that once you go into nature and you sit with yellow fruit and orange fruit, so pineapple and orange, bring that with you. Sunlight in your face while you're eating orange and yellow fruit scientifically proves to lift your mood. And I just found that something so simple as that was incredible. So I wanted to share that. But reconnecting with earth, reconnecting to yourself, loving yourself. I can't express it enough. I will do self-love videos. So you're going to speak to yourself very lovingly. You're going to stop using those words, I can't. You're going to talk to yourself in the mirror and tell yourself all the beautiful things that you are. You're going to reconnect with yourself by meditating. You really are in a state of stillness. There's beautiful apps out there called Calm, which is a great mindful app for anxiety. Most meditations will help anxiety, and I just want you to reconnect with yourself, self-love, and reconnect to nature. I already explained the benefits of grounding yourself, and I want you to understand that you have feelings. You're not your feelings, you have feelings. And for every obstacle you come across, think, what is the opportunity I can get from this? Try and switch it up. try and understand that through every trauma, there's a reason and there's a growth. And not to be too hard on yourself. You want to be aware but not judge. You want to be in the moment but not try to be in the moment. You want to just be still. Meditation really helps you to achieve this. And that's it, guys. So I know I only shared a few useful tips on what to do when you're in full panic attack mode, like the elastic band, the breathing and the mindfulness walking. But the rest of this is something I want you to focus on from now. If you're living with anxiety, focus on these tips, my 4 tips, and let me know how you feel after. Please like, subscribe and share, comment below. And thank you so much again, and I will be back for the depression talk and mindfulness on depression and mindfulness techniques all together, and self-love and mindfulness parenting and much more. So thank you again, and have a lovely day, evening, wherever you are. Self-love, gratitude, raise your vibration, bring yourself to the present moment. Get on the books, The Secret, The Power of Now, follow Bob Proctor, get Gia TV, it's very informative. Read books like, what other books can I tell you actually for anxiety? Lost Connections. Lost Connections is a really good book actually. It's all about medical studies, about anxiety medication and about depression medication. So Lost Connections. I hope this has been useful, and thank you.